Well, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta admit, I didn't do a video on this right away because there was just other things that I had to cover, and I only do 2 videos a day. But it's finally time to talk about Insomniac Games and the massive data leak that they just recently were victims of, because it is honestly, it's hilarious, okay? I really do think it's hilarious. And the reason why is because I cannot stand this company, Insomniac Games. I can't, okay? I cannot stand Insomniac Games because they are literally virtue signaling liars. That is what they are. This company will virtue signal to the end of the earth, but God forbid they have the chance to lose out on that Middle Eastern dollar, and they will throw all virtue signaling out the window to release a perfect game in the Middle East absent of virtue signaling, because that money is what they really care about. Ladies and gentlemen, Insomniac Games just recently had a data leak. I'm sure all of you guys already know about it, but this data leak is huge. The only unfortunate side to this data leak is no matter how much I dislike the people who work at Insomniac Games, unfortunately their personal information was leaked, and of course that is never cool. But aside from that, the video games, the stuff that's being leaked with Wolverine, you have people playing Wolverine on PC right now. I mean, it's absolutely insane. We have an article here from Bounding Into Comics. It says Insomniac Games data leak reveals that Marvel Spider-Man 2 developer has exclusive video game rights to the X-Men until 2035, ladies and gentlemen. 2035. That is 12 years from now, people. So that means that Insomniac Games is going to be coming out with multiple X-Men titles, most likely, not just Wolverine. So let's get into this article, guys, from Bounding Into Comics. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button, man. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. So it says, welcome to the console wars, X-Men. I hope you survived the experience. For better or worse, a massive leak of developer Insomniac Games' internal data has revealed that Sony-owned studio has apparently signed a deal with Marvel Entertainment for the exclusive rights to develop any video games based on their Merry Band of Mutants. Just as a side note, I would absolutely love to play a game as Beast. I think playing a game as Beast would be pretty sick, or even Gambit. I think playing as Gambit would be really cool. A massive blow to the Marvel Spider-Man series developer future plans. The saga of the now infamous leak first began on December 12th when the noted ransomware group Residia, though as of yet disclosed means, managed to gain access to Insomniac Games servers, able to collect roughly 1.3 million files composing of 1.6 terabytes of company data. Before getting out, the Residia then proceeded to auction off their bounty to the highest bidder, with the starting bid on the entire leak beginning at 50 Bitcoin or $2 million. With just 7 days on the clock, seize the opportunity to bid on exclusive, unique, and impressive data, the group declared. Open your wallets and be ready to buy exclusive data. We'll sell only to one hand, no reselling. You will be the new owner. Now again, ladies and gentlemen, I do not feel bad for Insomniac Games at all. As a company, I don't feel bad. For the fans of their games, I do feel a little bad, because unfortunately now you are going to miss out on future announcements. You will obviously have been spoiled, and it is what it is, man. But this company lies to you day in and day out. Even if you're not part of the so-called culture war, you need to admit that this company is a hypocritical one at most. It says, however, though aware of the leak, Insomniac Games ultimately chose not to play ball, and as such, December 19th saw Residia respond by sharing near everything they had acquired. A small portion of the information was apparently acquired by an unknown buyer during the auction to the public. As such, players were soon made privy to a range of information regarding Insomniac Games' operations, most notably their future plans for the aforementioned web-slinger, personal identifying information for numerous employees of the group, and even a playable build of the developer's upcoming Marvel's Wolverine title. Now that is the biggest news in my opinion. The fact that there is a playable build of Wolverine currently out there circulating right now, and I have seen videos of people playing it. That is crazy, man. That is absolutely insane, and that is such a major blow to Insomniac Games, and that is a blow to Insomniac Games that I will thoroughly enjoy witnessing. It says, but upon a full review of the leaked files, curious players also discovered another significant, albeit not as flashy, bit of information contained therein. Confirmation of an apparent decade-long exclusivity deal signed between Insomniac Games and Marvel Entertainment. I wonder how much LGBTQ flags they're going to throw into Wolverine. I wonder how many gay relationships relationships they're going to have Wolverine either experience or help. I really don't care about this fucking company. This company deserves everything under the sun for the nonstop virtue signaling bullshit that they put into their video games. And then when they're questioned about why the virtue signaling nonsense was removed for the Middle Eastern market, they give you the most absolutely insane answer and the most obvious bullshit answer as to why that was the case. Let's be real, ladies and gentlemen. As a company, they should only care about taking your money, and that's exactly what this is. They only hide it behind identity politics to make themselves look more virtuous and look more better in the public eye. But this is not a virtuous company. This is not a company that you should be supporting in any way, shape, or form if you truly believe their virtue signaling bullshit. If you don't care about their virtue signaling nonsense, then go buy whatever games you want. But if you bought these games because you realize how, so inclusive Spider-Man 2 was, then you just literally got lied to. You got lied to time in and time out, and you should feel like a fool for believing what this company says. It says, per details of the agreement presented by Insomniac Games, between now and December 31st, Marvel cannot release or announce any X-Men games on console, PC, or streaming, or use any X-Men character as a competitive advantage in the game. Play as Wolverine in Ultimate Alliance exclusively on Xbox. X-Men characters can ultimately appear in multi-family Marvel games, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy. They further explain of the deal. And Marvel retains the rights to children's games and certain X-Men games from the 90s, but they cannot release or announce these within 45 days before or after release or any announcement of any of our X-Men games. So that it seems like they're going to come out, again, like I said earlier in the video, they're going to come out with more X-Men games. I'm curious which characters they're going to choose to adopt in their video game format, because I do agree that Insomniac Games does put out good games. Unfortunately for Insomniac, they're not just about games. They're about virtue signaling. They're about looking better in the public eye than everybody else. They're about looking virtuous. They're about being for diversity, equity, and fake inclusivity. That's the kind of company we're dealing with, which is why I have such a hard time supporting them. I didn't buy Spider-Man 2. I bought Spider-Man 1, and I didn't know that Insomniac Games was like that at the time, but I definitely will not be buying Spider-Man 2 because of it. I don't care how non-woke the game actually is. Ultimately, I just don't give a shit about supporting this company. It's a decision I've made. I don't care if anybody joins me in it. I'm just saying, all things considered, it appears that Insomniac Games' Wolverine is not a standalone title, but rather the first in a new planned line of X-related video game outings. Unfortunately for players, between the leaked gameplay footage showing that its mechanics and yet another tired copy of the Arkham series, complete with Wolverine's enhanced senses, replacing Batman's detective vision, and the ham-fisted writing seen in the studio's recent Marvel Spider-Man 2, this deal could end up spelling more disaster than fortune for the beloved mutant superhero team. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be very curious to see over time what happens with Wolverine and how this whole leak is going to affect the game. And of course, I'm sure they're going to be open to more hacks in the future once they actually come out with more titles and they start developing them. It's only a matter of time, man. Hacker groups like Residia will take advantage of stupid companies like Insomniac Games. They have absolutely very little cybersecurity whatsoever to protect themselves. They're going to find out about more games, I'm sure. And I really do hope that they ruin it for Insomniac Games in the future and announce other future titles as they find out. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.